Are you in that life you don't want to escape from? Can you really say you have a flourishing life? If not, maybe there are some tips in today's episode that may help you to get on the right track and start to creating that life you truly thrive in.
Mama says namaste. Mama says namaste.
Making a family can be easy and fun.
Oh yeah, but raising a family can be a whole different story.
From spouses to kids to the crazy daily grind, life often directs us away from connection and more into reactive chaos.
If you're tired of that cycle and are seeking something beyond the picket fence blues, this is the show for you.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Nathan.
And we're here to take you from chaos to clarity by bringing awareness and intention into your home, not waiting for one day, and highlighting how
the uniqueness in each of us strengthens all of us.
Take a deep breath in and let's start a brand new day. With Mama says namaste.
Alrighty, I'm doing something new, Nathan.
Oh, what's that?
I'm offering for the first time a group coaching program.
All right.
Yes, I have not done this before. I've done a lot of coaching one-on-one. I've done a lot of facilitating and leading different programs within 48 days. But to offer a program that is a group coaching program just of my own, this is new, and I'm excited about it.
Good deal. What are you excited about?
Man, the whole point for doing the program was focusing on, really, it boils down to Seth Godin's quote. Instead of dreaming of when your next vacation will be, why not create a life you don't want to escape from?
And that quote has impacted a lot of decisions that we have made over the years, hasn't it?
For sure. And so, yeah, when I started to think about, like, what is my main desire to do with people is, first, I got to do it by living by example, me building the life I don't want to escape from. But then how can I then open the door to help others, to help with showing some tools, giving some ideas, helping with new perspectives for people to cultivate this for themselves. So that's kind of where I started coming with creating this group coaching program. So I want to share about it and obviously give you some nuggets that you can take right now, regardless of whether or not you join me in my program. So I talked about this in the 48 Days community on a Facebook Live earlier this week. And so I was able to kind of talk through it kind of on my own and more in that 48 Days framework. And I thought it'd be fun to come in here and to talk about it with you because
my life is flourishing as well.
Yes, we happen to do this thing together, and it's really nice to do that. I hadn't even asked you yet, but I want to invite you in for at least one of the sessions as well in the group coaching program. Yes, so often it's so easy to bring you in because I'm like, oh well, Nathan has such great words about this, or I will remember conversations we've had, and it's great to be able to share you with others as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to do that.
Yeah. Well, the reason when I first started looking at laying out a program, I'm looking at, okay, what really is the essence of what I provide and offer for people? And really the two core things that get us started for any coaching that I do are the two core things I look at is the looking inward process and then creating a family vision. Those two things are really a paramount part of what we do. So creating a family vision is kind of a quick give I want to share with everybody. And that's something that's so simple to do, yet can really shift the whole energy in your home.
Yeah, we've used it as a tool to really educate our kids on some of the ethos that we want to carry on in the world and that we kind of are expecting of them and we want to try to emulate and bring to the world. So it's kind of like a high goal for our behaviors and expectations, I think. And it brings us into these conversations that we have the opportunities to have with our girls because we have that in place.
Right. And then it's not so much about, I said, don't do this, or you can't do something, but it's more, hey, this is something we've created and cultivated together. Do you agree with it? We agreed on it together. We signed it together. So, do you hold up your end of the bargain? Like, do you still believe in this? It creates more of a team approach where we all kind of, in essence, sign a contract together. And the contract isn't, it's my way or the highway, or there's no negotiating. The contract just says, hey, I'm willing to play this game with you. This is a team play here. And we make it a point to go back and to reassess our family vision every year. We go back and we look at how to, what things may need to be tweaked. And actually on that note, I talked about this on the Facebook Live. I had this little epiphany about it that, I say that and I give people permission, grace for growth, permission to pivot. I say it over and over again. And as we learn new insights, things may shift and our family vision may shift. Our family vision, though, tends to be the big and broad. It's not super nailed down, but it's more the feelings I want to feel in my home and the way I want to represent in the world. And so our family vision hasn't changed. We've stuck with the same 6 words since Juliet was 3 years old. Explore, respect, listen, connect, learn, and love. So that really fits well. I think part of the reason that we stay solid on that is we've left it pretty general, and we can go for a lot. What does explore mean? Well, explore can mean different things in different seasons of our lives. Mm-hmm. And so we've kept that, and every year we address what's our word for the year? What's the intention we're setting forth this year? And I think that helps to kind of add variety and give us new vantage points of looking at the mission statement is what is our word for the year?
Yeah.
I think about that in so many ways. Our word this year is abundance. Okay, how do I take that, explore, respect, listen, connect, learn, and love from the vantage point of abundance? And where does that take us this year?
It'll take us a lot of places, I think.
Yes, it is. I know. I'm excited about all we have brewing. So we're in a season of creating and cultivating something new. We've had a huge shift in our lives this year as my father has passed and his business has shifted, and now it's kind of in my hands to see, okay, where do we go with this, and what can we develop, and what does this make possible in our lives? And it's the reality that so many of you all live in, that it's not just that it's wanted change and we're intentional on everything in life and I have control and have dictated our future. No, I did not ask to lose my dad this year.
Nope. Nobody asked for that kind of wave, but it just, how you choose to ride it is the way it works.
Right. And I tell you, it is a hard wave to ride when you're navigating grief on top of the reality of life continuing to go and change that is still happening. And the snowball of life is just constantly rolling, regardless of whether or not you've caught your breath to get there. Mm-hmm. And that can feel like such an overwhelming feeling. And I know, and I'm so empathizing from the stage that we're in now, and new opportunities for us to invent ourselves in new ways. And we're sharing, we're going to new endeavors with business, and girls are looking at getting jobs, and there's lots of new things that we're embarking on amidst the need to regroup sometimes and recognize, hey, we're grieving, and it's okay to just sit sometimes too. Mm-hmm. So
this thing can move at your own pace, but life doesn't stop. And so it is important, the sooner that some ideas are put down and some concepts are put down, the sooner you can start acting on that perspective, that new kind of desire. Because I think there's a lot of times when I was young and I was trying to build up who I was trying on a lot of different hats and trying to fit, what feels right. And after you've done that for a while, creating your own hat is a nice thing to explore.
Yeah. So that's what my group coaching is going to be is about. It's called the Flourishing Life Blueprint. And it's about designing a life you love and a life you don't want to escape from. So my plan with the program is in honor of my father and the 48 Days company that he founded, and I worked with him for 20 years. It's within 48 days. So it's a short program. It's a 7-week program, so that you can cram it all into those 48 days. And as far as how it's delivered, it's group coaching. So once a week, we're going to meet together and talk and go through the topics I want to share with you. But on top of that, it's also self-paced self-paced learning. I am including my Discovering You course, which is an online learning course for understanding who you are and how to best communicate and work with others. And the Discovering You course is something that you really can have your whole family sit down and go through. We've done it with all of our girls. I've had multiple coaching clients who have taken their whole families through it. And it's really helped for just understanding how we tick and how to interact with one another. It even includes things on sales and learning styles for kids and how to motivate different styles. So I've got for all aspects for families and entrepreneurial styles in there. So it's going to include the Discovering You course, plus the live group coaching sessions, plus any extra resources that I'm building along the way. And I've already seen as I've gone into this how many easy handouts and worksheets and things that we can add in. My goal with it is to help you create a life you don't want to escape from, and doing that by cultivating your fulfilling relationships. And those relationships are both with yourself, with your environment, and with others. So there's 3 aspects that we want to go through in it. And my goal is by the time you are finished that you, know your personality style and you have an idea of those styles that are around you and how to communicate and connect with them. You're clear on your largest life goals. You have a family vision in place. You've created the tools to keep the rudder of the day in the right direction. How you start your day and how you set the pace for your day and where your mindset is and how you can have tools to keep you flowing even amidst the upheaval and the curveballs that come our way. And then just cultivating a new perspective on flowing versus escaping and really looking at how we can enjoy this life we live in.
And that's even starting to have those conversations will bring an awareness to your mind of so many opportunities where that can pop up in your life, and sharing that as a group, as a family, doing it as a group together, but then doing it within your family as well, and understanding kind of where people are coming from and how they're coming from can really help to soften the edges of the interactions that it require us to get to that place of feeling fulfilled and wanting to, not leave that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, and that is a good point that sometimes just hearing about things can trigger the thinking that helps you to get unstuck. And that's why I want to share things. This group coaching program, I hope for some of you're going to say, yes, this is exactly what I need. And this is a great opportunity to go through for a super affordable price to go through with others and to learn and grow together. For some of you, though, just thinking of these and asking those questions may be the thing that can help you to shift your mindset a little bit and see a new tool or a new insight that may help you.
Yeah, sometimes we kind of get in this muck, and everyone around us is that muck because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out the most. And sometimes it's just trying out a new group to hang out with, and that can really spur on some new and exciting perspectives that haven't been considered or have been ignored for a while.
The first week that we are going to dive into things, we're going to spend it focusing on kind of the family vision and the self-discovery. What things to expect in the course, and really addressing what your ultimate goals and desires are. How do you want to feel and what insights do you want to gain from it? We're going to talk more about family vision and just kind of brainstorming and asking questions about how to cultivate that. There were so many creative ways of doing it. I have, and a few of my clients have done where we've painted canvases with it and had done like a collaborative painting with the family. My mom wrote in beautiful calligraphy and printed it off and put it in her in the bathrooms and around the refrigerators. We're going to talk about creative ideas to make sure that not only do you create a family vision, but you remember it and you live it you live it in your life versus developing something and shoving it in a drawer that you never get to.
Yeah.
And we're going to start dreaming. We're going to start looking at what our big bucket list dreams are that we want to do. I talk often about how it will always remain one day until you put a date on it. We're going to address what those big bucket list dreams are and how we can bring them more into reality so they don't always remain one day.
Because it is so much fun bringing them into reality.
In the second week, we're going to really go into aligning with our personal vision. And we want to share insights from the Discovering You course. Our homework that first week is going through the course. And so the second week, we're going to share our insights about that and really look at not just who you are, but who do you want to be? And how can you do that? And how does that interact with the people in your home? Then we're going to look at kind of starting to dig into what does our personal vision statement looks like? How do we want to show up as an individual in this world before we even get to our families? The third week is the week I'm very excited about. That is Awareness Week. And I'm excited about it because of what it has afforded me, and also knowing that this is an area I need to work on always. I know you're laughing at this.
We all have to work on it.
The Awareness Week is we're going to really be addressing what is our awareness of 3 different areas. What is your awareness of self? Like, how aware are you of your impact on others and the ripple effect that trickles down because of you and your intentions and your reactions to life? And then what is your connection to your body? Are you paying attention to what's going into it? And that means everything you're feeding it, whether that's the food you are ingesting, it's the music that you're listening to, the stuff you are watching, the people you're hanging out at. What is your connection to how it is impacting your body physically, mentally, and emotionally? And then what is your connection beyond that? In 2 ways, your connection to others, the people, which somewhat fits that first part of the impact, and 2, your environment. How connected are you to nature? And what does nature look like for you? Are you in the heart of New York City? Are you close to the mountains that you never visited? You know, where are you in your connection to the bigger picture outside of just you and as an individual and your nuclear family? So Awareness Week, we're going to dig into all of that and really look at how this is all impacting you. And the homework that week is really focusing in on that, doing an inventory of how that's working for you. Again, this isn't a matter of this whole process of group coaching is not to say this is the one way to do things. It's to say, how is this working for you? Is it getting you toward the life you don't want to escape from? That's our goal. In the fourth week, we're checking the gaps and we're looking at what does this make possible? Where are we feeling stuck? Where is there a disconnect? Where are we not flowing well here? And what can we do about that? What part of it may be an intentional action or a habit shift? And what may be just a simple shift in mindset or seeing something through a different perspective?
And this is a lifelong journey, that stage.
Oh, yes, for sure. And we're going to start looking at what tools we can use to help us when we're in those reactive times.
Because that's when we're our best.
Right. Then we've got our fifth week is integrating work and life. What does a typical week look like for you? And how much of that is intentional versus reactive? How much of that is around what you say as your priority? And how much of that may be working to support that priority? Yeah.
Doing an inventory of what you actually spend your time doing. It's pretty humbling to see where the energy goes and how, just exploring the options for what that makes possible with that information can really open some interesting doors.
Then in the week 6, we're going to hit the entrepreneurial spirit and servant leadership. I have to say that when I say the entrepreneurial mindset, when I say an functional education or unschooling mindset, and when I say growth mindset, those all can have a lot of things in common. And so when it comes to the entrepreneurial spirit, what is your growth mindset? How do you look outside of the box? Can you look at things beyond an either or and look at and opportunities? How are you grasping what is in your control and using that to not just to your advantage? This isn't about manipulation, but to bring the best out of the whole in interaction with others and with yourself. And in that, it's recognizing what are creative ways to navigate the life you love. It's not always just about, I need a high paying job and I need this amount in the bank in order to create that. It's going to look really different. We've chased it.
Yeah.
And we chased it and we let it go. And so we got to figure out what is it that really is valuable and important to you. And part of that is opening the door to financial literacy. And we're going to talk about that and go deeper into the financial literacy that we've been working on with our children and with ourselves to help be in a framework where we aren't living in survival mode. Because when you're
pay for your party.
Yeah, and when you're in survival mode, the rest of this stuff is going to be really, really difficult to assess. And then finally, our week 7 is integration and action planning. And we get to share all of the things that we have gone through. We're going to reassess where are we with our habits that we have created, what shifts we may have done, where we see gaps still, where we want to move forward from there. And we're going to celebrate it together. And we're going to dig into a quote that I used to hate and now has become a trajectory for my life. And we're going to dig into what my disconnect was and where maybe it may help you as well. So that's a whole lot jammed into 7 weeks, and it's really digging deep. And I'm so excited. I've got a lot of stuff there with content and questions and everything else, and yet grace for growth, permission to pivot. And that's what I am excited about being able to do, because when it comes to coaching, I never know what the end picture is going to look like, because the end picture is not just directed by me. I'm not consulting and telling you how to live your life or the right things to do. I'm to walk alongside, to share potentially a different perspective, to offer potentially a different tool. And it's up to you to choose what you're going to take up and what you're going to do from there. So I'm so excited about this. If you go to 48days.com/flourishing, or now Nathan's got me all nervous because he was saying, is it flourishing or flourishing? You can tell me which one you say, flourishing?
I like to flourish.
48days.com/flourishing. And I will put this link in the show notes as well as in the podcast or in the blog post that you know is going to be going along with this. So there'll be plenty of ways to get through to what this is. This coaching program we have listed for $448. And I'll be completely honest with that. Normal coaching with me starts at $450 for one session. This is 7 weeks for $448. So you get a whole lot with it. It's a great way to get affordable coaching, and also there's something pretty cool about doing it in a collaborative way where you have the support of others who are in their own worlds, yet trying to accomplish similar goals of a flourishing life.
There you have it. I mean, the things that come out of a community are always more interesting to me than the one-on-one.
Yeah. It's a really cool environment. So I invite you to join us, 48days.com/flourishing, and get to know yourself, your environment, and others well, so we can celebrate how
the uniqueness in each of us strengthens all of us.
Namaste.
The rising sun already on the run. Mama says namaste. Life is a tangled mess, and you don't have to stress. Mama says namaste. 'Cause today I will stand up and be all the change that I want to see in this world. Boys and girls, you gotta have to stand up to be free. Namaste in your heart. Take a deep breath in and let's start a brand new day. With Mama says namaste.